we then can hit them with 19. I'd say 19 cards off the top of their deck is pretty brutal. Yikes, 15 cards. 15 cards. We will be seeing your deck, my friend. 20 cards left in their deck? 22? Let's go ahead and mill them for 30. What do you say? What do you say? A nice 30 mil? I think a nice 30 mil feels good, right? We are back again with some more nonsense this week with another jank list. This week has been full of absolute jank and nonsense, and I love it. And it's because Crimson Vow is right around the corner, and with that arrival, today's video honestly feels like the last day of school, right? Screw it. Who cares? Let's just have some fun. And by fun, I mean let's do the wildest things I can conceive of, and today is no different. Today we're talking about ORZHOV MILL.
Did he just say ORZHOV MILL?
I did say ORZHOV MILL. We're not talking about Izzet MILL. We're talking about ORZHOV MILL, and I think you guys are going to enjoy this one. But anyways, welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we have an awesome list for you guys. You're going to have some fun with this one for sure. And it is slightly competitive, believe it or not. But before we jump into the deck breakdown and the gameplay footage, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and if you find any value in today's content, or you just enjoy hanging out with us today, I would appreciate you guys hitting that subscribe button, maybe even the like button as well. It does help a lot. We're getting, close to that 5,000 subscriber mark for the end of the year. That's what we're shooting for. So if you guys want to join the community, I would love that. Let's talk about the list though and jump right into it. So today's list revolves around a fun little card called Pestilent Cauldron. Now, Pestilent Cauldron is a reverse back-to-back, has a backside to it. Ignore it. We don't care. We don't care about Restorative Burst because we don't need it. It's more, it's better if you're running creatures, which this list can do, but we're not doing that at all. We're focusing strictly on an absurd amount of life gain. We're trying to gain a ton of life, and we're going to use the second ability here on the Pestilent Cauldron to mill our opponent for the amount of life gained for our turn, which can be upwards to, you guessed it, 30. So it's pretty nuts. We gain a ton of life in this list. How do we do that? Well, we first want to get down Cleric class, which is going to allow us to gain an additional life per life gain that we get, which is really more than you might think. This card's value it holds a lot of value. Even though we're not even using level 2 or 3, we're not even looking at those. We're getting so much value out of this little tiny one drop. We've also got a full play set of Revitalize, which is going to gain us 3 life and draw us a card. A full play set of Sunset Revelry because it's a really good way to gain life, create creatures, and draw cards. It's a very good utility card here in this particular list. We've also got a full play set of Cram Session, which is another gain 4 for 2, which is pretty bonkers. And it can help us learn, which opens up an entire sideboard for us. We go with a full play set of Meathook Massacre because in play testing, we ran into so much aggro. It's ridiculous. So we had to, unfortunately, go with a full play set of Meathook Massacre, which gains us a ton of life. And then also we had to splash in 3 Doom Scars as well because it just didn't seem like enough with the Meathook Massacre. We just kept running into mono white, mono green over and over and over. You gotta love the algorithm. So we went with the Meathook Massacre, a 4 play set of, and then 4 Dodged Pursuit, a card some people may not have ever seen before, but this card is pretty simple. It's a 4-drop enchantment, common, and basically it just deals a damage to your opponent, and you gain a life at the end of every end step, which pairs so perfectly with Cosmos Elixir because these 2 cards are going to be gaining life on our end step. We're going to want to go ahead and put a stop on every end step just to make sure that when we gain our 2 life here, our 1 life here, potentially additional life here, if these are stacked, all of that's going to add up. You put a stop on your end step, and then once you gained all that life, you're going to tap your Cauldron and mill your opponent on your end step. We did have the curse in this list, and I'll tell you why it didn't work. We had the curse in this list originally, but it didn't pair well with the Cosmos Elixir because the Cosmos Elixir was gaining us life on our end step, but the Curse of Leeches gains us life on our opponent's upkeep. So this right here didn't synergize as well, and I did have to cut it midway through this video, you're going to see, and we went with the full play set of Dodge Pursuit. It works much, much better with the Cosmos Elixir. And we splashed in 2 Field of Ruins for the lands, and obviously we have a full sideboard here of lesson cards. 2 Environmental Sciences, gains life. Reduced to Memory, 2 Pest Summonings, also gains life. Introduction of Prophecy to help us find what we need when we need it, and then 1 Mascot Exhibition just to help mitigate some of the damage, maybe even helping us, win a game potentially with some damage. But anyways, that's the deck list. Please enjoy this gameplay footage because it is a blast. And we'll see you guys back here at the end for some final thoughts. Peace. All right, I do not know what's gotten into me lately, but we're here with some more jank again, more nonsense that we're gonna try to make good. That's how we like to do things around here. We take things that are probably at first sight pretty bad, but we try to come up with a cool way to win games and hopefully make it competitive. Opponent coming out big with mono white really fast. We have Meat Hook Massacre and Revelry in hand, so I feel pretty good about this matchup here. I did have to make some serious adjustments as we were going along here, trying to make this deck good, because we seem to be running into mono white pretty much every single game. So that's why we run as much removal as we do. It wasn't initially that much removal in this list. As far as sweepers go, a full play set of Massacre, or Meat Hook Massacre, and then a full play, or not a full play set, but a couple of Doom Scars, and a full set of Revelries. It seems pretty crazy, but unfortunately, we've run into mono white, I think, every single game that we've play tested this. So, like clockwork, we get another mono white matchup, and we're good to go because we're prepared now. Let's get this cauldron going, man. We got to get this mill. Got to get this mill. All right, they get some lifelink, which is not ideal for us, but it's okay. The cauldron I really want to get down here, but I think I need to get the Cosmos Elixir down first because we need that card draw. Nice, and we get a cleric class. That actually changes a lot. This card right here is pretty sweet. We only use the first part of this, level 1. We don't even go past that, but this card's still very sweet. That level 1, good enough to just shut down most things here. So all right, we're gonna go with the cauldron, and we'll also go for the sunset revelry, maybe, or do we go here? Actually, let's go here, put a stop on our end step here, and then when we gain the additional life, we'll use the 1 mana here. We're gonna mill our opponent. Boom. Mill him for 3. There we go. Got the millage going. What do we got here in the graveyard? We hit some... Ooh, we hit a pretty cool card there. The Adeline. I didn't think that card had an alternate art like that. That's pretty sweet. All right, let's see what they grab here. They go for what? Oh, they go for my actual win con, which makes sense, but wasn't sure if they would realize that that was my actual win con. All right, so we're going to hit him for 2 here on another Meat Hook Massacre. Seems pretty open and shut here. 1, 2. Bada bing, bada boom. We got to stop their life gain. We get a 3/3 creature, which is pretty sweet. Cosmos Elixir draws us another card, thanks to Cleric class gaining us 2 per kill here. That's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. More mana. Can't be mad at that. Let's get the curse down. Let's curse our target player here. And we can actually gain life here with this and create creatures. So let's do that. Perfect. Draw a card. Beautiful. Curse hits for 2 for us. 2 life gain for us. 1 damage for them. We are in full, like our game plan is completely activated here and we're good to go. So this is going to be very nice. Not much our opponent can do at this point, except for sit back and deal with the damage that we're about to put on them. We could gain life here, but I think I'm going to save this. We might as well save it while we can just draw cards with Cosmos Elixir. And we get another Meat Hook Massacre. Sheesh. All right. Opponent in a lot of trouble here. A lot of trouble here. Okay, they're just going to transform their Cathar here, which is a little unfortunate. It could transform back, steal another token, but nothing I'm too worried about, to be honest. Another Cosmos Elixir is pretty sweet. We draw even more cards here. We could hit for 2 here, or I could do this. Either way, I'd like to get the Cathar transformed back now before we actually even have tokens. So let's do this. Let's gain some life, draw a card. Looking for the Cauldron, though. That's what we really need right now. Dodge Pursuit's pretty good. It actually starts implementing some damage to our opponent here. We got their Cathar to transform back. Let's see what they decide to take here. They take the Massacre. Smart. 3. Let's see how much it's actually going to cost when it comes back to our turn. 4 plus whatever, so we can do up to 4 damage. Sure, let's do it. Let's do it. We get back our curse, which is a creature now. Gain a lot of life. And we can go, let's just throw down a snarl, pass the turn, draw some cards here. We're up to 37 life. No big deal. NBD dog. All right. Next turn, we got the cauldron. Let's just hope the cauldron doesn't get hit by another apparition that we've only seen. Oh, we've seen 2? Okay. So we've seen 2, so it's kind of unlikely that our opponent hits us with another one. That's kind of good. And we're gonna go cauldron here, of course. Dodged pursuit. Oh, we've got so much mana to work with here. And we're gonna go here. And we don't gain any life, unfortunately, from the Cosmos Elixir. So let's just go ahead and mill them now. We don't need to stop at our end step here. Oh, we actually do gain life in the dodged pursuit. I forgot I played that. That's 3 potential. Darn, that's 3 more cards we could have got. That was a big mistake on our part. Big mistake. I did not anticipate the dodge pursuit. That was my bad. But anyways, we're well ahead now. I'm pretty sure we got our opponent completely locked out of this game. They go for our cauldron with their 3rd apparition. We have another one. We're only at 26 cards though. We're actually milling ourselves a little faster than we're milling them. But that's okay. That's okay. I didn't expect to draw this many cards with the Cosmos Elixirs, but it is what it is, my friends. All right, so we're going to gain life again with Dodged Pursuit. It's also Cram Session here. Let's go for, oh god, dang it. I didn't mean to do that. I was clicking way too fast there. I meant to grab a Mascot Exhibition here. There we go. And then next turn, we can actually put some serious pressure on our opponent. Let's just keep gaining life. Gaining life is the name of the game, right? So gain life. Put a stop. Put a stop on our end step here. Let's gain some life from our dodged pursuit. And then when that triggers, we then can hit them with 19. I'd say 19 cards off the top of their deck is pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. We're down to 22 now, but they're down to 14. Discard 2 cards, no problem. Jeez. All right, and now we can get the Mascot Exhibition out there, or we can even just Doomscar the board and then just probably put them away here on this next go around. Probably put them away here. Did we hit another apparition, by the way? We hope that's the case. 1, 2, 3. Yep, we did. We hit all their apparitions. Okay, that's all I really cared about, hitting their apparitions. Deal 1 damage to them, which is pretty irrelevant. All right. Let's Doomscar. That's some life gain. That's 6 life gain there. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's more than 6. More than 6. Jeez, we are in full. Oh man, this is nice. Check out that life. 69. What's up? All right, let's go ahead and end step here. Oh no, they quit. We were about to mill them for 14 there. Oh man, it was on, man. We got the full combo in full effect. Ah, jeez. All right, good first game. On to the next one. I love the Cauldron, man. Absolutely love this card. I built the deck around it a while ago. I mean, a while ago, but I was so excited to like, it just kind of crossed my mind, and today, or I was like, man, I need to do that again. That was too much fun to not do it again. We get to go first. We do need to find a white source, but once we do, we'll be all right. There it is. There's our white mana. All right, we're up against blue though, which scares the living Pete's out of me. Oh man. This is an artifact, so Prismari Command hits it. Okay, so it's Azorius. Interesting. Let's double down on the cauldrons, hopefully. We'll see. Hopefully there's no artifact removal in our opponent's deck here. I would doubt that there is because it's Azorius, but you never know. All right, let's go ahead and drop the Field of Ruin. We do avoid Jawari Disruption here, which is great. Saw it coming. Wow, they attacked the Cauldron early with a counter spell. I didn't expect that. I'm not gonna lie. That makes me pretty nervous that it's almost like they have a pretty solid beat on what we're trying to do, which does actually make me kind of nervous. A third Cauldron though. Let's see if they got another answer for this. If they can somehow bounce my other Cauldron with like a Divide later into the game, and then counter it, that could be pretty bad, but let's hope that's not going to be the case. All right, they just drew a Environmental Sciences, which we love to see, because if they play this, they're going to bring their life total up to 22, which then allows us to play our Sunset Revelry for a card draw and life gain, so we can mill them for 4. Because that's going to put them above our life total. Oh, okay. Didn't expect that. So there are some creatures in their deck. But that's not going to be able to attack or do anything with this. Just a simple 1/1 out there. So our Sunset Revelry looking pretty darn good. Meat Hook Massacre, huh? I always think I have to click on them, but I don't. All right, so they run what? More, okay, they run Devastating Mastery. That's not good. That's really bad. Okay, so Devastating Mastery kind of puts a big problem. It offers up a huge problem for our list, because that is a good way to remove artifacts from the field. I'm actually going to let that go through so we can activate another Sunset here and get value out of it. Ooh, a Cauldron. Let's go ahead and activate this one though. And we can attack into this pretty confidently. That's not bad either. Ooh, this is actually really not bad, because if we can get a Environmental Sciences here and actually cast it without getting Jawari disrupted, we can mill them for a lot. Do we risk it though? We have 8 right now we can hit their mill for. But if we Environmental Sciences, that's 2 more life gain. We get another land and we can activate the Cauldron. But if we get Jawari disrupted here, we just blow this whole plan up and we lose 8 potential mill. So I'm gonna play it safe. Gonna play it safe. All right, we hit another Devastating Mastery. I'd love to see that. All right, we're gonna block now, so leave 1 back. Fading Hope. You monster. All right, they got 33 cards left into the deck though, so we're looking okay on that. I could start doubling down on the mill too if I really wanted to, if I wanted to play another Cauldron here, but I don't want to lose the Cauldron. I do want to play this though. Nice. Very nice. And then now we avoid Jawari Disruption with this. We put a stop on the end step. No attacks. Let's just keep protecting our life total. I think that's really the important thing here, is just make sure we don't die while we're trying to mill them, right? So let's go ahead and get the curse to go off here. Oh, at the beginning of Enchanted Player's upkeep. So actually, this is actually going to go off now. I'm sorry, I thought that was end step. I thought that was end step, the same as Dodged Pursuit, but it's not. It is not. Dodged Pursuit actually might be better than in this case. The more I think about that, actually it's making a little bit more sense that Dodged Pursuit might be the one we actually might want to just cut the curse altogether. Just throw all Dodged Pursuit in here. We might make that change mid-match here. I'm not sure. could definitely be a potential possibility that we do. All right, opponent down to 26 cards. I am worried about that counter spell that shuffles cards back into our opponent's deck. That would be a nightmare. I'm hoping if anything gets countered here, it's going to be this over the Cosmos Elixir. So let's see. Okay, they do counter it. I could actually throw down the Meat Hook though too. Meat Hook's looking good. We gain 3 life. Boom, boom, boom. Can't really do anything though, unfortunately. Curse does go off. Yeah, Curse not synergizing the way I thought it was going to. I for whatever reason I thought maybe the Curse was going to go off the same time as, you know, everything else. But I think I'm going to take it out and go full playset of Dodge Pursuit. We're gonna see how that goes. They are just taking damage though every time they cast an All-Runs Epiphany, so that's cool. How many All-Runs have we hit, by the way? Oh, they scoop it up. Oh man, we didn't hit any All-Runs in our millage, so they probably had another one, but as much life as we had, they weren't coming back, and I think that's what set them over the edge. All right, we had a really fun 2 games here. I did take out the Curse. Sorry about that. I thought it would synergize a little better than it did, so that's unfortunate, but we took it out. We added in one more Doomscar, and we added in, what was it, one more Dodged Pursuit. Not a whole lot of cards actually synergize with this particular list, which is kind of crazy. You could go in a completely different route. Like, you could definitely go an entire different route of like clerics and angels type thing, and then add the milling in it on top of it. But I really wanted to focus on just winning games strictly through the ability to mill our opponent. I didn't want to do all that, you know, I didn't want to win by most of my games just because I'm a clerics deck, because those decks are solid by themselves. They just win outright because you're going to get creatures that are going to eventually grow with the Valkyrie and win you the game through damage. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to strictly make sure that you guys got to see a showcase of nonsense. So that's what we're doing today, man. Doomscars are good, but I need to start looking towards our win cons. Okay, more mana is not a win con, but I guess we'll take it. A Seaga's Chariot. Coming down early because of a Tangled Florhedron. All right, we get to draw an extra card here. That's kind of nice. Cosmos Elixir. We can let the Seeker's Chariot kind of go off a little bit here. We have a Doomscar, so eventually we can sweep the board here. Not the end of the world. Meat Hook as well. I'm glad that we're running into nothing but aggressive decks. Unfortunately, like this deck, I know for a fact we would absolutely get steamrolled by Izzet. We just would. We would get completely steamrolled, but that's totally fine because, again, in Magic the Gathering Arena, there are things, you know, like algorithms, and as long as the algorithm keeps feeding us these, you know, aggressive lists, we're going to cater our deck to aggressive lists. So, I don't know. It's something about life gain, I think, just makes your it cues you up with your opponents being, you know, aggressive style players. What do we do here? I think we're gonna go Dodged Pursuit, actually. Dodged Pursuit, or we could foretell this and go Cram Session again. Because actually I think I want to hit a Massacre. I think we can get a really good Massacre next turn. Let's do that. Let's just go ahead and gain a little bit of life here. We're gonna draw a card with the Cosmos Elixir, right? So let's go ahead and do we foretell the Doom? I don't think so. I think we're going with the Meat Hook Massacre. So let's gain even more life here. And grab another Black Source. Anytime we're, you know, doubling down on, or not doubling down, but gaining additional life with the Cleric class, it just makes things so much smoother. Like, we just gain so much life, it's ridiculous. That Cleric class really puts the glue together on this list, man. All right, they're going straight in for an attack, which is nice, meaning they don't have another hasty creature like Froghemoth. All right, but hopefully they do play more, you know, creatures here, because we want to get our money's worth with this Meat Hook Massacre. Keep in mind, again, Cleric class, Meat Hook Massacre. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 life gain here on this one Meat Hook Massacre. They go Field Trip. That is really bizarre. Ah, they're going for Containment Breach. 3, 4. So we can go up to 4 here. Perfect. That's what I thought. Okay. Here's the problem. they are going to blow something up with this, which is kind of good because, you know, our win con is not out on the field yet, which is really what we want, right? We want to make sure that they don't use this to blow up our cauldron. So elixir just really going off for us right now. Finds us another sweeper. Can't be too upset about that. We're still digging though. 43 cards left in the deck and we still haven't found a cauldron yet. A little unfortunate, but it's okay. As long as we can keep sitting at this 26 life total, I got no issues with it. That containment breach though, making me nervous, man. What will they end up taking with that? That's the big question I have here. Asika's Chariot coming down. That's not a big deal. We're still above the life total to, you know, draw cards here. So we might want to double down on Cosmos Elixir, but we did see how much trouble we can actually potentially get in by doing that if we keep drawing cards really late into the game. But I think it's pretty much necessary to do it. Yeah, I think it's necessary, unfortunately. Let's just go ahead and do it. I wish I had one more land so I can get the dodged pursuit down too. But, you know, foretelling Doomscar is fine too. There's really no wrong answer here, I don't think. Pretty sure our opponent's going to blow up one of these elixirs. So it is what it is. Because that's 3 life gain per end step here for us on each of those. So that's 6 life gain here every single turn. So deal your 4 damage. That's cute. They blow up the meat hook. Interesting choice. Very interesting choice. They let the card draw begin, like commence, man. They just let it happen. That's not bad. That's not bad. I can literally sit here, man, and just live off all the interest of all my all of my enchantments and artifacts out here, man. They're just building up passive income for us here. So what do we do here? Do we cram session this? Probably, right? Let's just do it. Let's cram session. We need to draw 2 cards here off the Cosmos Elixir, and then we will grab, I don't know, I guess this. I mean, why not? It can combat, you know, future creatures that come down. What do you do against this? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the beauty of our deck, is that once we hit a certain, you know, like once we get everything in order and in line, like, well, what do you do against this? I'm just gaining passive life gain, like that can't be stopped. All these elixirs and dodged pursuits, like, what are you gonna do against it? Getting it all down is tough. Like I said, Izzet Dragons would absolutely shut us down, but getting everything down and lined up is very tough. But I mean, once it's down, what in the world do you possibly do against us? All right, we have 3, 4. I can hit for 4. Meat Hook Massacre. Look how perfectly that lined up for our mana. But at the same time, we won't be able to mill him for anything this turn, which I don't think is that big of a deal. But at the same time, is it a big deal? I feel like it's kind of a big deal. Ooh, I got an idea. Check this out. Wait. 3. Oh, perfect. Check this out. 0. Right? Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. And then we go boom, and that leaves us with 1 mana, right? Put in a stop on our end step. Leaves us 1 mana. We're gonna gain so much life. You ready for this? Here we go. Bing, 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 bing. Gain all this life plus 1 apiece. And we go to our end step. That's 12 cards. Look what happens, man, once we finally get going on this, man. 12 plus an additional 3. Yikes. 15 cards. 15 cards. We will be seeing your deck, my friend. We will be seeing your deck. I'm pretty proud of myself. That I found that line there, that line that I just took with the Meat Hook Massacre. I was gonna play it outright, and I'm like, man, if I play that for 4, unfortunately we can't, you know, there won't be any mana left over to mill. So I'm happy we're able to still, you know, find a way to not only blow up the board but mill our opponent here for full effect. All right, Consuming Blob. Oh gosh, this says Okay, so it gets bigger with every card type in the graveyard. Well, that's not good. And then I know it copies itself and creates, yeah, holy cow. That's going to be a nightmare to deal with, but I'm sure we can mill them before it gets too ugly. Plus, we have Meat Hook Massacre, so, I mean, are we really in trouble? Probably not. I think they don't have trample, so I could play this for one turn and just kind of, again, live a little bit off of our interest here on Dodge Pursuit. Mill them out a little bit, slightly. To stop here. End turn, draw some cards. And we mill them for 3. Now we got to remember when our Cosmos Elixirs do end up gaining us a little bit of life, we do have to wait for those to kind of go off before we trigger our mill. So we have some bodies now to block with, what feels good, because all I really want to do is I want to get rid of that Asika's Chariot. So I'm hoping they activate their Asika's Chariot here and we can just block it with our 4/4. But no, there's a Blizzard Brawl. I kind of expected that. Like, let's be honest here. Let's be honest. Jeez, look at their graveyard. Another Blizzard Brawl. Why not? Another Asika Chariot. Why not? At least they're investing more and more and more into the board, which is what we want. Because Meat Hook Massacre is going to go off next turn. We have 4, 5, 6, 7. We can hit for 8, 9. We can hit for 9 on the Meat Hook Massacre. So as long as we can survive this hit, which we should be able to. I haven't done the math fully, but it looks like we can. Uh-oh. That's a lot of damage. No, we're good. Okay. We got them to use pretty much their entire hand there, though, with the... we got them to use their whole hand off of Blizzard Brawls and whatnot, so that's kind of good. Alright, let's see the math here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, we can do for 9, which kills everything. I am gonna just do for 8 because we need to make sure we mill them, and then they don't have any mana open here, so it's not like we're gonna get hit with the Snakeskin Veil and regret this decision. So Meat Hook Massacre for 8 is gonna be just enough to get everything dead. And like I said, we get to mill our opponent here, which is going to be savage, because look at how much life gain this is. Ready for this? Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. I don't think you're ready for this, jelly. Boom! 20 cards left in their deck. 22. Let's go ahead and mill them for 30. What do you say? What do you say? A nice 30 mil? I think a nice 30 mil feels good, right? Oh, good game, Mono Green. Good game. I appreciate you letting us do that. I appreciate you, John Q. You have a good one, man. Sheesh, that was a hefty little mill there, wasn't it? Good game. I can't lie. I thought that last game I looked over and I'm like, man, I think we're out of time in this recording, but I think we have time for one more game. I was actually genuinely really sad that we were out of time because we are just, this is so much fun. What we're doing right now is so much fun. I just want to keep going. We have Dodged Pursuit, Meat Hook Massacre. Everything here looks really nice. Everything looks really good here. Revitalize. Just got to find a Cauldron. Got our Sweeper. Got our card draw. Got our passive sort of income here with the Dodged Pursuit. What's nice about the Revitalize is that it actually is instant speed, so let's go and use it. Hopefully, okay, I was gonna say hopefully no Jawari, but I didn't even realize, I didn't even look up to see that our opponent here didn't actually throw in a land that was untapped. All right, let's go and throw down our Cleric class, of course. Gain some additional life. Pass the turn. Here we go. What do we got here? It is full on Izzet Dragons. That's not good. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in some serious hot water here. This might be the game. This might be the game to take us down. The ultimate evil, the final boss. The only saving grace that we have here is that we gain so much life that once they get their 20 turns, hopefully that's still not enough to kill us. You know what I'm saying? That is the ultimate goal. Definitely slamming Cosmos Elixir because we're up against the control matchup. We're going into a very long game. We got to make sure we continue to hit our land drops. We got to make sure we get through all the cards we don't need, like Meat Hook Massacre and Doomscar. So Cosmos Elixir has to be slammed here. We missed our land drop again. All right. Or not again, I mean, but like I missed our land drop. So we're going to have to go Cram Session here. I'm really hoping our opponent does not counter these two spells that we're about to go for here. We need this land. Please don't counter us. Let's go. Let's go. Feels good, man. All right. Getting an extra card with the Cosmos again. Beautiful. I am afraid of obviously Prismari Command. They can't play it this turn, so we are going to get a card. But I am afraid of it in the future for sure. Double Cosmos and Dodged Pursuit feels really nice, man. If I could just get those two to resolve here in the next couple of turns. We know this is Allrun's Epiphany. I highly doubt we're going to see our opponent playing counters. I feel like we would have seen some by now based on the mana that they had on that last turn. All right, this is fine. This is okay. We go for Cram Session again, I think. That was a good top deck for us. We go for Environmental Sciences. I think we just keep that same sort of mentality going. But at the same time, if we don't kill this, we're going to really regret it, right? So, like, maybe we do just kill it with Doomscar, but that feels like such a bad turn, using all of our mana for one dragon. Yikes, man. What do we do here? What do we do here? I think we just gain life. I think we just wait. We're basically inviting them to get off with their combo here. We're inviting them to get 2 extra turns here, which really sucks, but we gotta do what we gotta do, unfortunately. Could revitalize for 8. No, wait, for 5. 5 life. But I think I'm gonna do this to hopefully get rid of that dragon for the cheap on the next go around. But if there is no next go around, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if our game ends right now. At this point, our opponent could potentially take every other turn in this game. So here we go. Wish us luck. Here it is. It's almost like they have it every time, you know? It's almost like they always have the gold span followed by this combo. It's crazy. It's a 3-card combo. You wouldn't think it would be as consistent as it is, but it's very, very consistent. They do, like I said, have a lot of life they got to take from me. A lot. And I do have a Doomscar on deck, so if they can't pull off another one, they're in trouble. But it looks like they got Memory Deluge, which obviously on the second turn sets up the Allrun's Epiphany yet again. So here we go. Probably going to get another additional 2 turns. There it is. There's the Allruns. So unfortunately our opponent here is taking us to Scoop City. Just when you think it's over. Just when you think you got past those extra 2 turns. Here comes the Galvanic Iteration. Followed by Allrun's Epiphany. For another 2 turns. You guessed it, folks. Sheesh. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times 2, 3. Oh, wow. It's times 3. Get 3 times and it's this damage. Oh, no. 12 and 12 is 24. So we're dead. We are dead. Unfortunate, man. They were able to rip off 40 life total from us. I personally, I just want to see if they can do it again. I want to see if they can hit the combo again. Just to see how outrageous this actually is. Let's see. And it's all because I didn't invest an entire turn killing Goldspan Dragon. Sad day, man. I should have done it. I should have just killed the Goldspan Dragon, but show it to me. Come on. Don't attack. No, no, no. I'm letting you actually do your thing, man. I'm actually letting you do it, and you're not going to take advantage? Dude, you got to take advantage. I wanted to see it. I know you have it. I know you have it. It is what it is. We got to do our fun thing today. Might as well let someone else have a little bit of fun as well. All right, that's going to do it though for the gameplay section. Let's go ahead and get down to the brass tacks of what we liked and didn't like about the list. See you there. Peace. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed that gameplay footage. Man, if you guys couldn't tell, I couldn't get enough of this list. I really wanted to play it even more. I was really enjoying myself. Unfortunately, I will be completely honest, when we were playtesting this thing and I didn't quite figure it out, this was originally a full Abzan list. We cut it down to just strictly Orzhov. We were messing around with this thing a lot and we were just getting absolutely creamed to begin with, but I found a really sweet spot. We tried it with creatures, we tried it with other things, but I really wanted to win with the Pestilent Cauldron and only the Pestilent Cauldron. So I went with strictly no creatures and decided to go a little more of a janky route, but we found a home, man. We found a way to make this thing actually win a little more than it loses. And that's the key, right? You just want it to win a little more than it loses. And I think we found that today, as you could tell with the games we had with this thing. And we get smashed by Izzet. It is what it is. The matchup there is just garbage. That list, the Izzet list pretty much beats everything, and it is what it is. If you guys want to rank up, just play Izzet or mono white like I do. But this particular list is not a rank up list, but have some fun with it, man. You could be competitive on a ladder though, and just enjoy it a little bit if you want to, but so much fun. If you made it this far into the video though, before I actually talk about cuts and stuff like that, if you made it this far in the video, I just want to say a quick thank you to you guys so much. I really appreciate that. It's more support than you might think. The algorithm likes to see watch time, so if you guys made it this far, you're helping the video get pushed out to more people to see my content. So thank you so much for all of that support. All right, so yeah, let's talk about it a little bit. So it's funny to see this deck because some things like the backside of Cauldron, right? We don't use it. Level 2 and level 3 of the Cleric class, we don't use it. It feels like there's a lot of wasted space here, and obviously we know this list is complete jank, so it's like it's kind of weird to see, you know, those two cards not get their full potential. It kind of bugs me, to be honest. You could probably splash in some green with some dual lands, you know, some pathways, maybe some green pathways, just in case you ever really do need that restorative burst. I don't think you're ever going to need it, to be honest though, because I think it honestly benefits your opponent more than it's going to benefit you, because you're milling them, right? And they're going to get more out of their graveyard than you are. Also, there is a third ability here on the Cauldron, if you haven't noticed. You can exile 4 target cards from a single graveyard, which your opponent will have, and you can draw a card if ever you're in a bind. That is an option to draw some cards. We did actually get into a bit of a pickle with the Cosmos Elixir by stacking these and drawing too many cards, which is pretty wild. We actually were milling our own deck out pretty bad, but ultimately, I think it's a necessary evil. The sideboard you can kind of get a little crazy with too. You can obviously add some green, like I said, so you can get the value off of the backside of the card, and you can even add in like containment breach, things like that. But yeah, there's some options you can do with this list. I personally don't see too many synergistic cards if you're going to go the route that I went. If you go the more Valkyrie route and gain life through the Angels and Clerics build, you could definitely get a lot out of this Cauldron, but I feel like that's a little more mana intensive. This particular build, you got a lot of 2-drops that are just going to explode your life total in huge fashion for just 2 mana, which allows you to have that additional mana to mill your opponent out, which is why I went this route instead of the creature route. But you could go that creature route as well and really reconstruct this entire list. It might even be better because it has the additional win con of just getting too big and running your opponent over with flyers. So that's an option as well, but I really enjoyed it, guys. That's enough, you know, said on the list. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm going to leave it how it is for myself, but as always, if you have any comments on how to make the list any better, please leave them down below in the comment section. I would really appreciate it. I do read those, and I would appreciate it as well, and it also helps the algorithm, so there you go. And yeah, before I hop out of here, as always, huge shout out to the Marty Mob, man. Thank you guys so much for being part of the Marty Mob. I really love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much for everything you do for my channel, man. Thanks for helping me get through this grind and, you know, helping the channel grow monetarily and just giving me something to work towards. So I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you want to support the channel more than you already do by subscribing to the channel, you can always become a member of the Mardu Mob by hitting the join button down below or hitting the link in the description if you don't see the join button. And you get a little additional content, which we do have a box opening of Midnight Hunt coming soon for members only. That will be out soon. The box is on back order, so I just don't know where it's at. But when it gets here, I will shoot that video. We do have a very busy week coming up too with Crimson Vow, so be on the lookout for daily content. When that comes out, We might be 1 day behind everybody else on the initial video. It might come out Friday because I do have work on Thursday. But from that point on, we should have daily content. So be on the lookout for that. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man. Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah.